going on, everyone? We got to cover Canton Network here. As you can see, Canton Network is now at 16 cents, is literally up 11% in the last 24 hours. And for anyone that knows anything about Canton Network, you know that this thing moves very, very slow. As you can see here, it moves super slow. But we just now had a recent sharp uptick inside the price, and it's looking pretty good. So I'm going to talk about where I think it's going next. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Let's get straight to it. And shout out to the person who recommended this. Not a member of the channel, but if you want to become a member of the channel, it's only $9.99 per month. I do special request videos first for the members, but since I don't have any members requests right now, I'm going over the non-members requests. So get your request in the comments, people. So anyways, we're at 16 cents right now on Canton Network. And it's pretty interesting because this thing is super slow. Now, even though it's slow, it's very stable, right? It's been very stable, but it can be very unstable in literally a split second because this is like an institutional investor's coin, right? So that's why this thing has $6.5 billion in market cap, not million, but billion with a B, and $29 million inside of 24-hour trading volume. So the 24-hour trading volume is like not even 5%. It's like 1%, less than 1% of the market cap, which is absolutely crazy. So when you look at the difference here between the 24-hour trading volume and the market cap, you see that there's a huge disparity there. It's very, very, very vastly different. Like super low trading volume, super high market cap. And that only happens one way. Like you have extremely large whales in the project. And that is because Canton Network is an institutional investor's coin. Like institutional investors are heavily invested into Canton Network. Now there is no max supply, which I don't like. We've just seen so many projects like that just did not end up well. But still, like this being an institutional investor's coin, we're seeing a lot of the whales, a lot of the top elites are investing into it. So Visa is invested into it. So Visa partners with Braille to test private stablecoin settlements on Canton Network. They talked about this 2 days ago. So that's huge. Visa is the largest payment processor in the world, right? Visa and MasterCard, the two largest payment processors in the world. Visa is working directly with Canton Network to do private stablecoin settlements. Well, they're working with Braille to do private stablecoin settlements on Canton Network. So it's pretty big that they're working on Canton Network. So we have the largest payment processor in the world working on Canton Network. Like that is actually pretty big. All right. And not only that, we have a lot of other things going on with Canton as well. So I'm not even gonna pretend to be able to pronounce that. Society Generale, right? So I don't even know how to say that. But anyways, joined as a super validator. TCAN listed on NASDAQ as the first US Canton ETF, which is huge. Zenith crossed 600K plus EVM transactions on Canton. Masari published an initiation of coverage report, a snapshot of May. All right. So a lot of stuff has been going on inside of Canton Network. You know, it's built for institutions. 55 super validators, 895 plus validators, premier members, 18. So, they're pretty much saying, hey, we got all the big dogs with us. Like the big dogs with all the money are rolling with us. That's pretty much what that says, right? Now, this person kind of brought up a good point. This person says, why does CC remind me of Edge, right? Do they have the same market maker? Or am I making things up? Anyway, the token is overpriced ASF. It always surprises me that such big companies invest in such lame projects whose websites look like a junior developer student made it as his graduation project. So that is, they came at them. They came at the Canton Network people. And I would say their website, I mean, it looks like every other website out there. Like it's super hard to make a super interactive and nice website that doesn't look like everybody else's. Like, everybody's using AI, they're vibe coding. Like, everyone's websites are going to look the same nowadays. All right. So that's something that you can't get rid of. Right. But what I will say is it does look like the price does look like this one. Like it does look exactly like this. I don't know what Edge is, but it looks exactly like this Edge coin. And they're saying that, oh, Edge is gonna, or it's gonna dump just like how Edge did. That's pretty much where this guy's coming from. He's like, look, this thing's gonna dump just like this Edge X coin. It's gonna dump. This coin didn't get to the heights of Canton Network though. So if you look at this coin and look at what was happening with the market cap around these time periods back here, it didn't do what Canton Network did. It only got up to $500 million in market cap. So, I mean, it didn't even get to a billion. So, I mean, you can't really compare the two. The charts do look similar, but I think Canton is holding up nicely here. Now, whether or not Canton is overvalued, I'll honestly say I don't think that it's necessarily overvalued, but compared to the market cap, it's overvalued. I think if they're going to be trading at a $29 million market cap, then we should see this thing at like $300 million inside of. I mean, if they're going to be trading at a $29 million 24-hour trading volume, I think that we should see like 300 to 500 million inside of market cap. I think Canton Network should be at like 500 million market cap if the 24-hour trading volume is going to be at 29 million. But I understand how the project works, and I understand that there are literally billionaires and multimillionaires and institutional investors and everybody who runs the payment industries are hopping into Canton Network. Those aren't going to be the type of people that are doing day trades. They're not day trading. They're not swing trading. They're buying it, they're holding it, they're investing in it, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. They're not trading it. They're just buying it and holding it. That's why there's a super high market cap and a super low 24-hour trading volume. So the reason why I'm talking about this is all it takes is for them to be like, you know what? There's other projects out here that we can use and do the same thing with. Let's go ahead and sell all of our Canton and move to this new project. If they did something like that, Canton would be done overnight. Canton would literally go to $29 million market cap overnight, right? So there is that one thing that you have to be careful with, but as long as they don't switch up and as long as institutional investors continue to be obsessed with Canton Network, then we're all good, right? But anyways, they're going the right way. They're walking in the right path. So Grayscale files with the SEC for a spot Canton Network ETF, tracking the institutional blockchain's native token. And look, this is even how they describe it. It's an institutional blockchain. Like a bunch of money from the institutional investors are going through this blockchain. So that's why I think Canton Network is just in such a good position, right? They have the institutional investors backing them, which is a good thing for them. Now, let's kind of go over the technicals a little bit here. So as you can see right here, we are starting to get some buying pressure coming back in here on Canton Network, right? So we're getting a little bit more buying pressure coming in. So it's probably going to be another small period of buying pressure, like how it was right here and like how it was right here. Because recently we've been seeing small amounts of buying. And that will literally look like us just pumping and then pulling right back, pumping, pulling right back. So I think we are going to pull right back from this pump. I don't think this pump is going to be anything significant unless we just keep going up crazy towards that overbought range on the percent R trend exhaustion. If we see the long term and the short term trend going towards that overbought range on the percent R trend exhaustion, then that will be super bullish for Canton Network. And then we might even see Canton Network getting back up to 20 cents. Well, it never got to 20 cents, but up to 19 cents, almost hitting 20 cents, getting up to that 19-cent resistance. So there's the possibility. And we also seen Bitcoin and everything dropping. Canton Network did not drop at all when Bitcoin dumped. Bitcoin dumped and Canton Network stayed up strong. So I think that is proving that Canton Network is on the good side of things here in the crypto market. So I'm not too worried if Canton Network pulls back. I don't think it's going to dump. Like when Bitcoin dumps and bottoms, I don't think Canton Network's going to do that because they already didn't do that here. Like it didn't pull up. Like Bitcoin dumps, it goes down just a little bit and then pumps massively. Well, not massively, 11%, but it still did it, right? So I think Canton Network is going to be good. I don't think it's going to dump, but I also think I don't think it's going to pump massively either. Watch out for the 19-cent resistance up here. If we get another push upwards, we could be hitting that 19-cent resistance. But other than that, yeah, Canton Network is just moving slow. We're hitting a overbought range on the percent R trend exhaustion. And last time we did that, we had a pullback here. We're starting to get this red bar up here at the top, indicating that we are about to get that reversal signal coming with the red down arrow on that red bar at the top. So we could be getting a reversal signal pretty soon. And where we would end up would be either at this support at 15 cents or at the 50-day moving average at a lower area of 50 cents, but are 15 cents. And then what you also see here on the 4-hour chart, all this buying pressure is about to end right here because you see this lightly green shaded candlestick here. Well, yeah, a bunch of these are about to start printing out on the 4-hour, and then you're just going to start seeing the price slowly go down and down and down because that's a lot of buying pressure. What goes up must come down. We see it every single time with projects like this, especially since we don't have a large amount of buying pressure with Canton Network. Canton Network is very slow moving and stable with its movements. So we're not going to see a huge dump. We're also not going to see a huge pump. That's really all I can tell you guys because this thing is moving slowly. But yeah, this is all I got for you guys today. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. And shout out to the person that recommended me to go over this. It was a long time ago that they recommended it, probably like a couple weeks ago, but I'm getting to it now. And I have some other videos from some other people that aren't members of the channel that I'm going to be going over today as well. But remember, I always go over the members request first. So if you want me to go over a request for a video for you first, go ahead and become a member of the channel. Other than that, I have a whole list of non-members of what they want. But the second a member gets a recommendation in one of these comments, I'm going over their stuff at first. All right. So no members have any requests now. So if you're not a member, get in those requests right now. So anyways, this is all I got for you guys today. As always, I'll be back with another video.